Welcome guys to day 1 of Embody Your Sankalpa. So today is possibly movement-wise the most challenging sequence that we're going to be exploring. And that is because I really want you to connect into your commitment of what it is that you're trying to bring forth. Sometimes we can kind of half commit, or we can be like, I want it, but I'm not going to give up this thing. And commitment is really getting ready to surrender everything to what it is that you want to bring forth. So we're going to look to how we can cultivate that in the body as well as bring forth. But before we get into doing that, I want you just to come into bringing your hands onto your heart. And just close your eyes for a moment and connect into the feeling of your Sankalpa. Breathe it in, feeling your hands and your heart. The first movement we're going to do, which just helps us connect maybe a little further into the heart space, is something you can do seated or standing. And it's just a connection of the hands to the heart, but it's quite a specific way of doing it. So we spread the fingers, holding the hands together. The thumb rests into the middle of the sternum and the index finger to the center where the clavicles meet, where your collarbones meet. And you'll notice that naturally lifts the elbows so that they're more out at shoulder height. And again, you can keep your eyes closed and just breathe into the space between the fingers and the thumbs. And imagine that in that space is your Sankalpa. That feeling from your heart that wants to shine so bright. Now again, if you're seated, you can do this one without needing to stand, but I like to do it standing. And this is just bringing your energy into your center, bringing you into focus. So we take one hand and from the pubic bone, we draw a line up the center of the body to the mouth, and then we lock it in place. And then we take a hand from our tail and we draw it up the back of the spine, up and over the top of the head, down to the lips, and we again lock it in place. You then take one finger to your navel, one finger to your third eye, and you're going to gently press them in and slightly up. And we're taking 3 steady breaths. And then release. So now that we've centered our energy and come into what it is that we're wanting to create, we're going to come into a little bit of a balance. So if you've done yoga, this will be possibly quite familiar. It's a warrior sequence. So we start with our legs out wide. You're going to have one set of toes pointing out to the side or to the top end of your mat, and the other set of toes are pointing out to the wide edge of the mat or out in front. Our hips are square and our shoulders are square to the side to begin, but there is some twisting involved, and that's where it gets confusing. Arms can come out to the side for a second. Okay. And then we'll bend our knee forwards and into it. So don't worry if you can't bend too much. This is great. Okay. You don't need to be all the way down. If you do go all the way down, you want to have the legs wide. Okay. So you can just have a soft bend. Arms are strong. Imagine you're reaching out through those fingertips nice and strong. So just take a moment to find this strong standing position. Come back into your heart, feeling the connection we've just been building. Okay. Then from here, we're going to turn to face the bent knee, lifting the back heel off the floor. So it's like you're in a bit of a lunge. Bring your arms down to shoulder height and the palms come together. Imagine your Sankalpa there in front of you, about 30 centimeters to 2 feet, giving you both metric and imperial, in front of you, so that it's something you can see, it feels tangible, it's like the energy of it is just beyond your reach. Focus on that energy of your intention, of what your sankalpa is. And then reach your arm of your back leg up. Bend in the elbows, so you're grabbing an arrow from behind your shoulders. Pull the arrow out and set it into the hand at the front. Like you have a bow, start to draw the arm back, keeping your gaze on your intention, and open the arm out, expanding through both those arms. So we're back in the starting position. You can put the heel down on the floor. This is the really tricky bit. We're going to now reach for our intention. So we lift the arm up as we let the arrow go, lifting the heel off the floor. Come, reach your arms forwards, and then you're going to push off this back leg and lift up to balance on the front. Maybe you've got a wall like me to hold on to, and you're going to grab that wall or your intention, coming into a balance. It's so nice when we grab our intention and we have support, hey? And then coming back and finding both your feet. So we'll do it on the other side. So we'll find those legs wide, toes pointing forwards one way and out the other way. Arms are going to be out nice and wide, and we bend that knee. Take a moment just to find your feet, find the strength, the standing position. And then we're going to lift the back heel, turn the hips and everything, looking forwards, seeing your intention that little bit in front of you. Set your focus and reach for the resource of the arrow behind you. With control, set it into your bow and pull that bow back, opening your heart with a courageous heart that is strong and vulnerable. You're going to turn that heel back up and around and push off the back leg onto that front leg and grab your sankalpa and bring it into your heart and find both feet. I strongly would love to encourage you to try and do this every day of the 5 days on both sides if you can. Finding your balance, finding your strength and your openness. To really have that commitment to bring to you and for you to move into the energy of your sankalpa. So this is a bonus exercise which is really great when you're really struggling to feel like you have the strength that is soft and relaxed to move towards your sankalpa. So this is a bonus option exercise. It does require core strength. So if you've got a tender back, you are going to be very careful with this and not do a big movement. You're going to keep it super teeny, okay? But we're looking to create relaxed strength. So this is really a challenging exercise, even for someone like me who does a lot of Pilates. Just gonna say it. So we're gonna be trying to sit up from the mat, okay? And often when we sit up, we might throw the arms, we might let the legs go, right, to throw ourselves up. But the idea of this practice is cultivating the fire in your belly whilst you keep shoulders and neck relaxed, so that your determination comes from the strength of the creation and solar plexus, and the heart can remain open and relaxed, so we can be receptive. So we hug our arms around, and I actually would say put your hands just underneath your armpits if you can, because it's a calmer acupressure point in the body. And you can shuffle your feet a bit away, it does make it a little easier. You can even put them underneath a piece of furniture if that helps. And then we're just going to exhale. We're going to try and lift the head and shoulders. Now, maybe this is where you get to, and that's great. You're just going to come to here. You're going to hold it as long as you can. Imagining you're coming all the way up to seated, and you scoot the belly and you keep trying to come up, and then you're going to come back down. If you're someone who's quite familiar with exercise, your back is okay. You're going to come up, and you're just going to keep coming all the way up to seated, and then gently rolling all the way back down. You might feel like you're somewhere near it, but your shoulders are getting quite tense. Do your best if you can to keep doing these, pressing the feet down, noticing that tension in the shoulders, and then coming back down. You're going to go, if you can, for 10. So just try and do 10 of whatever you can. And if you're someone who's really feeling like you need to cultivate this strong belly, soft shoulders, then this is a great exercise for you. And again, just like we did with the warrior, I want you to feel your intention like it's where your feet are. So your sankalpa is grab and then come back down. And then we exhale and we grab our sankalpa. Yes, bring it in. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Feel that sankalpa as you come back down. Feel whatever the strength is inside of you that's needed, with the open arms reaching and coming back down. I think we have 3 more left, but I am not very good at counting, I have to say. And again, coming back up. Reaching, coming back down with that sankalpa. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Relaxing the shoulders. Last 2. Drawing the belly in. So remember, even if you're not coming the whole way up, you're coming as far as you can. Focus on relaxing those shoulders, reaching towards what it is. And you never know, after 5 days, who knows how many of these you are going to have perfected. You could do more than 10 if you really want as well. Coming back down. Isn't it lovely? And then you can just relax. And bathe in all that blood and breath moving through your body. And then bringing yourself back up safely. So please do try and use this exercise to cultivate that strength with a soft heart. And remember to think about your sankalpa as you're doing it, bringing it to you. Yummy hugging and feeling what it is that you're bringing forth into your body as you do the exercise. Have a wonderful day 1, and I'll see you on day 2.